a world where everyone is constantly talking, posting, and shouting for attention, choosing silence feels like going against the current. But what if I told you that silence is not weakness? What if silence instead is your secret weapon? You see, there is an invisible power in quiet growth. When you're not broadcasting every move, you're free to make real moves. You're not distracted by the noise of validation or the pressure of perception. Instead, you're grounded. You're focused. And that focus builds something far deeper than popularity. It builds power. Silence gives you space to build without interference. It's in the silence that you discover who you really are, without the echo of the crowd influencing your every decision. Most people are so busy trying to look like they're building something, they never actually build it. They want applause before they've even put in the work. But you know better. You know that the seed doesn't grow when it's exposed. It grows when it's buried, covered in darkness. That's where roots dig deep. And so it is with people. The most dangerous version of you isn't the one that everyone sees. It's a version of you that's been working in silence, training, learning, healing, evolving, without applause, without recognition, without anyone clapping for you. Because when you don't need the world to cheer you on, you become unstoppable. You're not fueled by external approval. You're fueled by internal conviction. Every time you resist the urge to show off and instead show up for yourself, you're building something that lasts. Something that's not just for show. Silence strips away the performance. It forces you to confront yourself, to deal with your own flaws, your own fears, your own purpose, without filters. It teaches you how to walk through uncertainty, how to stay steady when no one's watching, how to depend on discipline instead of dopamine. You know, we mistake silence for inactivity. But the truth is, silence is often the most productive season of your life. It's where the foundation is laid, where the roots go deep so the fruit can last. You don't build the strength in front of a crowd. You build it in the shadows, in the repetition, in the quiet mornings and the late nights when no one's clapping for you. And when the time comes for you to emerge, the world will wonder where you came from, but you'll know you came from the quiet, from the grind, from the silence. And what you've built in that silence will speak volumes, louder than your voice ever could. So don't be ashamed of a quiet season. Embrace it, use it, guard it. While others are making noise, you are building something permanent. While others are performing, you are preparing. You're not missing out. You're leveling up quietly, powerfully. Let the world overlook you. Let them sleep on you. Because when the time is right and you step out of the silence, they'll realize you weren't behind, you were becoming. And now there will be nothing they can do to stop what's already rooted so deep. Silence isn't a setback, it's a setup. And when strength is built in silence, trust me, it lasts. We live in a time where drama gets more attention than discipline. People chase conflict, clout, and chaos like it's currency. They're loud about their opinions, their problems, and their pain. But here's the truth most won't tell you. Discipline will take you places that drama never could. Drama is loud, messy, and fleeting. It's addictive because it gives instant stimulation. But that's all it gives. Noise, not progress. Discipline, on the other hand, is quiet. It doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't beg to be seen, but it builds something real, something lasting, something unshakable. You can choose to be dramatic, or you can choose to be disciplined, but you can't be both. Discipline demands your focus, your energy, your time, and your consistency. It doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care if you're tired or uninspired. It just asks, discipline isn't glamorous. It's not going to get likes or applause. No one claps when you wake up early to study, train, pray, read, or work in silence. No one sees the sacrifices, the decisions, the structure you've placed around your life. But one day, when the fruit shows up, when the results are undeniable, that's when the silence begins to speak. That's when the discipline you've practiced behind the scenes becomes a force the world can't ignore. And people who chase drama are often trying to avoid accountability. It's easier to blame, complain, argue, and deflect than it is to sit down and do the work every day. But growth only happens when you take responsibility for your life. And that's what discipline teaches you. Every time you choose to stick to the plan instead of reacting to drama, you're rewriting your future. You're mastering your emotions. You're refusing to let the chaos around you pull you out of alignment. Discipline is about staying the course, even when the mood has left, even when no one is watching, especially when no one is watching, especially when no one is watching. That's where real growth happens. It's easy to be disciplined for a day, maybe even a week. But true transformation comes from the kind of discipline that becomes your lifestyle. Not something you do, but something you are. You become the kind of person who doesn't wait for motivation. You operate on commitment. You don't need inspiration, you need structure. Because here's the thing, drama dies when it's ignored, but discipline multiplies when it's practiced. When you choose discipline over drama, you lose some things. You lose unnecessary conversations. You lose distractions. You might even lose some people who were only drawn to your chaos, not your character. But what you gain in return is peace, clarity, progress, strength, and a version of yourself that doesn't just survive the storm, but learns to walk on water through it. So decide today, are you going to react or are you going to rise? Are you going to let drama dictate your direction, or will discipline determine your destiny? Your success is not built on what you post. It's built on what you repeat. Day after day, quietly, relentlessly, intentionally. Forget the drama. Get focused, because the life you want is waiting on the other side of the habits you're willing to build. And the truth is, discipline may not make noise, but it always makes results. We're living in a generation obsessed with platforms. Everyone wants to be seen, followed, recognized, celebrated. The spotlight is seductive. It promises validation, influence, and importance. But the problem is, too many people are standing on platforms without a purpose. And when you don't know why you're there, the lights will eventually blind you, and the pressure will crush you. Purpose must come before platform. Because if you don't know who you are before you're seen, you'll become whatever the world expects you to be. And that version of you The one crafted by pressure and public opinion is fragile, is inconsistent, it's exhausting to maintain. And when you build your purpose first, when you take the time to dig deep into your calling, your values, your identity, then the platform becomes a tool, not a trap. It becomes a way to serve, not a stage to perform. You no longer need the spotlight to feel significant because you've already found your significance in your assignment. Purpose gives you direction. It becomes a compass when the crowd cheers for the wrong things. It becomes your anchor when the applause fades, because trust me, it will fade. Popularity is seasonal. Trends change. Audiences shift. But when you're rooted in purpose, you don't move with the noise. You move with clarity. Too many people are rushing to be seen when they haven't taken the time to become someone worth seeing. They are chasing visibility instead of vision. They're building a following, but not a foundation. And when the storms of life hit, and they always do, it's the foundation that keeps you standing, not the followers. Purpose is what keeps your character aligned when temptation shows up. It's what reminds you of your why when success starts whispering lies to your ego. It's what makes you walk away from applause that costs you your authenticity. Because not everything that shines is worth chasing. A platform, whatever form it takes, should only amplify what you've already built in private. It should reflect your purpose, not replace it. But that requires patience. It means you may have to wait longer. You may not go viral overnight. You may not get instant recognition. But what you build will last. And that's the goal. Longevity, not just attention. The most powerful people aren't the loudest. They're the ones who know exactly who they are, even when the lights go off. They don't chase moments. They build legacies. And legacies are born from purpose, not performance. So you feel overlooked right now, that's okay. Let the world overlook you while you're building something solid. Let the platform come after the preparation. Don't try to be everywhere. Be rooted somewhere. Go deep before you go wide. Let your identity mature before your influence multiplies. Because when your purpose is clear, your platform becomes effective. Not because you're trying to be seen, but because what you carry needs to be seen. So ask yourself, what am I building? Why does it matter? Who does it serve? If you can't answer those questions, you're not ready for a platform. Not yet. But if you take the time to build purpose first, when the moment comes, you won't just shine, you'll stand. And more importantly, you'd last. Cloud fades, consistency doesn't. We live in a time where going viral is seen as success, where loud wins the room and flashy wins attention. But attention doesn't equal achievement. Noise doesn't equal value. And hype dies. Everyone's chasing clout, trying to be noticed, trying to be liked, trying to be relevant. But the truth is, clout is short-lived. It's built on moments. One video, one post, one performance. But consistency is built on discipline, on showing up again and again when no one's watching, on doing the right thing, especially when it's the boring thing, on building brick by brick, even when no one claps.